All right, what's up, y'all? So this class, we're gonna go over why 90% of traders fail, and we're gonna talk about how you can avoid being in that 90%. And the stats are very true, right? Most people who get into trading don't make it past their first year. Very few make it past their second year, and then there are people who are successful trading, right? By the same token, it's also like business. I'm sure if you've ever thought about entrepreneurship, you've understood or come across the statistic that like 60% of businesses fail in their first year, right? The beautiful thing about it is on both sides is that you can always learn and figure out how you can keep going, right? I would say most of my businesses that I've tried have failed. I've done multiple businesses before this one, and they failed, right? But it was a learning experience, and I could take what I learned and then get back in the field. And so, to the point, for you to achieve your goals with business, you just need one successful business, right? So if you know that 63% fail in the first year, then you can make four, you can do 4 or 5, give it 5 years. One of them gonna hit. It's the same thing with trading, right? The longer you give it, the higher your chances of being successful just because of time, right? Because of time in. Now, what you can do is learn different things, get with different people, study different concepts that will shrink the amount of time it takes for you to get it. All right. When you look at the Discord, you look at mentorships, courses, programs, YouTube, Google, books, whatever, what you're doing is taking the lessons that other people have learned over their experience, over money that they've lost, over time that they've spent, and you're condensing those lessons down into one spot so that you can get it all at one time. Right. So what we do with classes like this, this is about to be my 11th year in the market. You're getting 11 years of knowledge. I can't give you everything, right? But you're getting 11 years worth of stuff. Boom, there you go, right? That you don't have to go through. You don't have to make those mistakes. I lost a crap ton of money in the market before I started making money. You don't got to lose all that money, right? So let's get into some of these things, okay? I want to start off with a quote that I don't know if anybody else ever said it. I said it earlier on a Zoom or slightly. I said a kind of different variation. If you was there, you know what I'm talking about. But I was thinking, I was like, if you put in light work, you get rewarded lightly. If you put in heavy work, you'll get rewarded heavily, right? That applies across the board to everything. The reason I was saying that is I was talking to some people earlier on a private Zoom, and I just couldn't stress enough the importance of taking trading seriously if you want serious results, right? And you think about it like anything else, if it's the gym and you trying to get big arms, for example, or whatever, abs, you can't get the abs you want or the arms you want working them out one time out the month, one time out the week. If you want to get healthier, you're not going to get healthier eating healthy one time out the week. All right. It has to be something that's consistent, and you have to continuously do it so that you can reap the rewards. You have to take it seriously to get the serious result. And so if you want to be in the group of people who make it with trading and reach their goals, whether that's building $1 million account, whether that's having, money to come from your short-term trading to go into your long-term and build that, whether that's creating something that's going to supplement your regular income. Hey, I make 4 G's with trading per month. That's cool because that covers all my bills, right? I still work my job, but now the job money, I just do whatever I want with. And trading covers all my bills, right? Worst case scenario, I lose my job or I quit my job. Trading covers my bills. I still got some savings set aside. I can go travel the world for 6 months if I want, because I've stacked up and trading has covered my bills. Or you can be somebody who wants to use trading as a primary source of income. Regardless, at the end of the day, if you don't take this seriously, you're not going to get it, right? Period. Okay. So now let's roll into some of these things. So causes of failure, right? One of the first things is not learning the basics or having a solid foundation. And that's something that we see a lot. That's why I'm doing all these psychology classes and concept-based classes, is because we need to address that people are trying to come in trading. You see somebody on Instagram, you see somebody on Twitter, TV, whatever, YouTube ads, whatever. I made $1 million, blah, 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 blah. And you're like, oh, crap, I want to do that. But you can't get to the top without having understood what the levels below that are, right? So you're going to find it hard to make money consistently, not understanding fundamentals. You don't have to be a fundamental analysis genius, right? But having an understanding of how certain things will impact the market, like DC talks about, makes it a lot easier for you. Understanding that the interest rates can cause huge swings and shifts makes it a lot easier for you, especially when you swing trading, to be like, oh crap, well, they about to raise interest rates, the market's probably about to drop, right? But if you don't have that knowledge, then you get caught up. If you don't have the knowledge of, some of the events that are going on, and again, it's different if you're going to be scalping versus day trade swing, but in general, you need to have some basic level of understanding of what impacts the market and what leads to these shifts so that you don't end up getting caught up with the people who don't know, right? So don't let your ignorance be your downfall. Understand basic things so that you can apply them or avoid certain situations. 2, technical analysis, right? Again, a lot of people, I don't know if I ever did that for real, but a lot of people I'll talk to, when they take a trade and I say, what led to that trade? What was the strategy behind it? What was the rule? I looked at the chart and I just felt like it was going to go up, right? I just kind of felt like it, right? It looked like it was going to go down, but what does that mean, right? If you don't know how to put into words what your strategy is, you ain't really got a strategy, right? Or it's not developed enough, because you need to be able to clearly say, right, I trade bull flag breakouts on the 5 to 15 minute chart. Cool, right? We can go deeper in that, but that's a simple thing that you can look for, learn, study, and improve upon so you can continue making money. But if you don't understand how to look at these different things on a technical side, even if you're throwing in indicators or other ways of looking at the market, then it becomes harder for you to make money, right? Not this requirement, not that you have to be a technical analysis master, but you need to understand that there are tools that can help you succeed, right? So learn the tools. You don't have to learn every indicator, but I suggest as you develop, at least check them out because they can help you if you leverage them correctly, right? Number 3, understanding different assets to trade and invest in. This is something that Kim really opened my eyes up to it a little more, as well as D-Wiz and Moody, because traditionally I'm stock dude, right? And so, people are like, yeah, man, I'm working. Even when I was working, I'm working. So, the market's like this. And I'm like, yeah, it's hard to swing trade right now. You can do it, but you're going to swing trade. You have to figure it out. Kim was like, just trade futures. Trade futures when you get off of work. I said, damn, that makes sense. Right? Because futures are going on throughout the week. So you have that opportunity to trade futures when you're off the clock, right? You can trade crypto 24/7. So if you're somebody who works a very hectic schedule during the week, or you have, 3 kids and 2 baby mamas and 6 baby dad, I don't know, whatever, right? Whatever you got going on, and you don't have the time during the week, on the weekend, you can trade crypto and you're not forced to try to find some stock market strategy when that's not ideal for you, right? And it goes on, right? Being able to trade Forex, commodities, whatever, they all flow differently. So you need to at least understand that the goal doesn't have to be tied to this one vehicle, right? The goal is to make money with trading. That doesn't mean you have to force yourself to swing in a crappy news-driven market that flips on a whim when you can slide over to the crypto and trade. You could day trade that whenever, right? So understand that there's different ways you can go about accomplishing your goal. Number 4, 1, 2, strategy creation, okay? So as you're getting better with trading, you have to look at how you can simplify and put a systematic approach to what you're doing. There needs to be a step-by-step thing. Just like anything else you do, that's step-by-step, and it becomes easy, and you can do it subconsciously, and it flows, and you have confidence in it. Trading has to be the same way for you, or you should try to make it the same way for you, right? Anybody on here, if we said, hey, make a peanut butter and jelly, you wouldn't be sitting there struggling to think about how to do it. The rules are the same. You grab your bread, you grab your knife, you grab your peanut butter, you grab your jelly, you play it, it's simple, right? Drive to the store around the corner or wherever your closest store is, right? Go get in the car. You're not thinking, it's not a struggle, right? Because you do it the same way every single time. You have a systematic approach to how you make your peanut butter and jellies, how you drive to the store, wherever you do, right? So your trading, you want to make it the same way. All right. I wake up, check the futures, check the news, pull up SPY. I'll pull up Apple and SPY. I'm gonna look at SPY, but I'm gonna trade Apple so I can see what the whole market's doing. And I'm gonna trade Apple. I'll pull up my different time frames, whatever it is, so that you can have an easy flow and it can be routine. All right, we're gonna touch on that more, but that's what can help you get the confidence in what you're doing, is not switching around and not having a sporadic, I don't know, I'm just gonna try this out, I'm gonna try this out. Right? When you do something that works, write it down, study it, see how you can repeat it. Okay. Price action analysis. Understand candlesticks, understand patterns, understand supply demand, right? Understand how price is moving and how to see where price can go based on how it's moving. That also ties into your trends, right? If you see something in a downtrend, you can anticipate it continuously going down. All right. So with this, you need to get all of these so that you can put them all together and make money. Risk management. How are you going to control your risk? All right, whether that's going to be your stop losses, whether it's going to be, how you size accounts, how you size trades, how you position different accounts. But you have to put rules in place and understand risk concepts as well. And then money account and trade management, right? We talk about risk management, we talk about trade management, but you have to look at your account management too. How are you managing your overall account, right? Think about basketball. If you have your starter, on the court the whole game, you might win that game. He might give you buckets, but you can't put your starter on the floor the whole game, every game. They're going to get injured. They're going to get fatigued. They're going to get hurt. And then now they out the rest of the season, right? Think about that with your trading account. You can't go high risk every single day. You can't lotto every single day. You can't put 50% of your account on a trade every single day and expect to be able to survive long term, right? The goal isn't to trade one day for the rest of eternity and just make $1 million on one day, right? If you're trying to do this for a long time, then you need to make sure that you are building some things that will allow you to have longevity, right? So having rules about how much of your account can get lost on one trade, hey, regardless, at the end of the day, I'm not losing more than 3% of my account per trade, right? And you can break out the math, and that might mean that, you could trade 100 different trades or 1,000 trades before your account will be gone, right? Because it's slowly decreasing. So make sure, and we've taught on these and we have classes on these that are recorded already, but just these different things, these different concepts, fundamental, technicals, understanding that there's different markets and different assets you could trade or invest in, learning how to create a strategy for yourself, price action, risk management, and account and trade management. Those are all things that you need to get at least a comfortable amount of knowledge with before you really start making a bigger push, because when you're lacking in these areas, it's going to show, right? And it's going to impact you negatively. Anybody have any questions so far about any of that? Yes, that's the ticket for ES. Right, I said crypto futures on the way. Bet. All right, let's keep rolling. All right. FOMO, right? The fear of missing out. What is FOMO? FOMO is where you are allowing what's going on around you, kind of like comparison, right? What's going on around you causes you to start acting irrational. So you see Zay done called out 8 trades in a row. They all hit. They all win 100%. And you like, damn, I done missed every single one of them. I'm gonna catch this next one. He called out a trade. You say he done went 100%. He ain't missed. He done went 100% and got 100% on him. I'm about to put 80% of my account on this one. Put a one in the chat if you've done that before. I'll call you out. Be real with yourself. There go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's real, right? That's real. That's real. Put a number 2 in the chat if that's the one trade that they lose that week. If you've been, man, they done hit and hit and hit, and the one I take is the one, right? So that's driven by FOMO. I appreciate y'all keeping it real. And it happens over and over again, right? So let's look at how we can avoid that and limit that. Sharm said today. All right, let's look at how we avoid that. So 1, you have to take the time to learn these concepts, okay? 2, you develop your criteria. And 3, and I think this is most important, is learn to assess and understand why things are happening, right? So when you see such and such person, you know, Zay call out all these winners, he calls out this trade and you're like, damn, I'm not missing this one. Nah, I'm not missing it, right? Go look at it. You know, even if you get in blindly, go look at the chart and see where it's headed. See where you think it's going to go. Right. And then you can see, hey, this one don't really look that good. Right. To you. You know, I don't know about this one. And then you can get out. Right. But when you start learning these things, then you can say, hey, man, I don't know. This might be that one. Right. And you can avoid it. Okay. Or you can say, hey, I feel like I don't want to miss this one. Let me look at the chart. Oh, this looks good. Right. But we want to make sure that we're not doing that because that's the other thing that happens is where you'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was green. Thursday, I gave away all my money back. I gave away all my profits. And then Friday, I was so upset I didn't trade. Right. And that's FOMO tied with greed, especially when you're on a hot streak. You get on that hot streak and you say, damn, I'm lit. Heat check. Let me make sure I got it. I done hit a couple threes. Let me pull from half court just cause. All right. So you got to protect yourself from yourself. Make that a theme in your head. Nobody knows you like you do. And I mean, at the end of the day, like we can cover these concepts every day, all the time. But until Raj looks at Raj in the mirror and says, I got a problem with this. I have a problem with developing a trading system. Like, I just kind of do whatever. BW tried this, I'm going to try it out. Jordan said this, I'm going to do it. But I don't know for myself what I'm doing. Until Raj says that, Raj's going to be stuck. All right? I'm glad that Raj, you know, is developing stuff. But, right, like, you don't want to be in that spot. So then you have to say, okay, cool, this is my problem. How do I fix it? All right, let me see when I make money, what do I do when I make money that causes me to make money? Let me go look at some of my trades. Okay, I'm making money when I trade with the trend. When I get calls on stocks and SPY is going up, I make money. Oh, this trade, I got calls and it was in the downtrend. No wonder I lost. It kept going down. All right, so now I know part of my step-by-step criteria is trading in the direction of the trend. And that could be different things. That could be based on EMAs. That can be based on whatever different indicator you want to use to identify trend, however you want to do it, right? But you got to make sure you're starting to lay out these criteria for yourself so that you don't get stuck in that cycle. You can't, if you messing up, you have to look at why am I messing up so that I can stop messing up. Nobody likes losing. Nobody likes losing money. So when you lose money, don't beat yourself up, but just be like, all right, I lost money. Why did I lose money? Okay, cool. Let me fix this. All right. I lost money because I saw Zay kept winning all these trades. I thought he was going to hit this one again. I put a bunch of my money on that trade. That was the one time that he lost because he went to take his son to school and forgot he was in the trade and he didn't signal an exit and I lost, right? That's why you got to learn these concepts and take ownership in your trade and your account. All right. Last one for FOMO is predicting what will happen based on tested and true logic. Okay. So when we're looking at this stuff, we're not hoping, right? If you ever have hope as your explanation, you need to get out that trade unless you can figure out a real reason. And ask yourself, right? I think that's another thing that people don't do enough of is asking yourself, what am I looking at here? What am I expecting here? What am I predicting here? Right? I got in calls on the video. Why? I hope it go up. Right? Why? Oh, well, it formed a bullish engulfing candle at supply or demand or wherever. It broke out. Whatever your thing is, it bounced off of EMA, RSI oversold, whatever. Right? But you have to make sure you're attaching something to it so that you can test, one, you can test this thing to see if it's valid. Because if you go through it and you say, okay, why'd I do this? Because it was bouncing. Why'd I do this? Because it was bouncing. Why'd I do this? Because it was bouncing. You go look at your results. You're like, damn, me trying to trade these bounces ain't hot. That ain't hidden. Or these bounces work, right? And now you just repeat that, okay? But we want to make sure that we're predicting what will happen next based on tested logic, right? Not guessing the reversal. But let's look at what are, so if you want to trade reversals, and that's the thing, right? You could trade whatever you want, but you have to make sure that you develop the skill in what it is you're trying to trade. If you want to scalp, you can. If you want to trade the 1 minute, I'm gonna say you can trade the 1 minute. Everybody on here could trade the 1 minute. What you're not going to do is trade the 1 minute without understanding price action. You're not going to trade the 1 minute successfully without understanding candlesticks. You can do it. You can trade reversals. You have to learn reversal patterns, right? So you can do whatever. You can make money swinging. You have to learn how to swing properly, whatever it is, right? So you can do whatever. You can trade market open. You have to learn how to trade market open, right? So I say that to say, I saw it in the chat, trading reversals, I guess in the reversal, BW said 50 fib, right? You can trade whatever. Again, and I say that because unpopular opinion, Jordan quit telling people to trade the 1 minute. I'm gonna tell you to do whatever you want to do. I'm just gonna tell you to make sure you do it right. All right, whatever it is you want to do, you can do. You just have to make sure you go about it a certain way. Okay. And that's what you focus on, right? Strategy hopping. Learn what works for you and what doesn't. See what gives you the best results and gives you your edge. BW talk about that all the time, right? Having an edge, right? Make sure that you have an edge. What's my advantage here? When I'm looking at a trade, I want to stack the odds in my favor. Okay, what's the trend? The trend's going up. Cool. Oh, and now it's coming back to a support level. That's 2 things going in my favor. Oh, we got a bullish candle pattern. That's 3. What up, Moody? We got a bullish candlestick pattern. That's 3 things going in my favor, right? Oh, it got a bunch of calls on the option flow. That's 4 things going in my favor. Oh, seasonality says it's bullish during this time of year. That's 5 things going in my favor. Oh, right? Like you want to make sure you have things that are stacking up for you. And when you do that, that can be part of your strategy and it works. You don't have to be the person with 30 different strategies. It gets fun. It's fun, right? But focus in, have your 80% of your trading be based on 1 solid thing or 2 solid things. And you'll notice that with people who are successful with trading, you'll notice they do the same shit over and over again. The same stuff. The same stuff. Over and over again. Yeah, they'll test some other stuff out. right? There's always other stuff you could do, but the majority of their account is not in experimental phase. The majority of their account, if they are someone who's into testing, the majority of their account is in this one or two things that I already know work, right? Kim trades Elliott waves. That is all I've seen Kim do as long as I've known Kim. Elliott waves and fibs and the awesome oscillator is the only thing I've ever seen on her chart. Every single chart, every single time, right? Y'all know what Moody do. What does Moody do? He trades the strat. Moody trades the strat. Moody will not be sitting up here talking about trading the MACD crossover with the 9 EMA and the Bollinger Band. He don't. He'll throw his RSI on there. He might throw a MACD on there, maybe, right? He might check it out if he get bored. But majority of what his trades are going to be are the same things over and over and over and over, right? So when you find what works for you, you stick with that. And y'all know I say it all the time. Kareem had Kareem got the most regular season points in the NBA history. Skyhook. AI was killing folks with the crossover. AI wasn't trying to dunk on folk. I mean, he could. But what got him the best results? Rock somebody, pull up a mid-range, right? Steph can dunk. Sorry if y'all don't know basketball. It's going to be a little rough, but Steph can dunk. But what does Steph do? Steph shoots threes. He will run around the whole court through 8 different screens to get open and get a 3 off and make it. When they practicing, Steph is not sitting there like, yeah, next game, I'm going to try to get 6 dunks. For what? He has his edge. What gets Steph the best results is pulling up for the 3, right? What gets BW the best results is using his fibs, his 50 fib. What gets Raj the best results is what Raj does. What gets Jordan the best results, this person, that person, this person, right? So for you, as you're developing, figure out what has given you the best results and just repeat it. Just do it over and over again. Shaq wasn't shooting threes. If Shaq went to the game and was on the Lakers with Phil Jackson and tried to shoot 10 threes in a game, he would have got his butt put on the bench. Period. He would have got put on the bench and had 0 points. Got down low, go to work. Go to work. Right? And that's how you are. That's how you got to become. Right? There's so many different things. So your 3 for Steph could be support and resistance, supply demand, right? Your Shaq dunk could be fibs, right? Your AI cross could be EMA cross, right? Your sky hook could be whatever, candlestick patterns. It could just be simple candlestick patterns, right? But as you hone in, you can get really cold with one thing and that mug just make you money. Right? We have examples in the group. And why does it come up on every Zoom? Because it's true, it's real, and y'all done all saw it develop. I'm going to say it like I always say it. There's a certain trader who we done saw come up from having a 30% win rate to having an 80 to 90% win rate each week, making money with one time frame, one ticker, one strategy. One time frame, one ticker, one strategy. What sounds easier to you? One time frame, one ticker, one strategy, or 8 time frames, 30 tickers, 70 strategies. What sounds easier to you? Especially as you developing, right? You can get to where you got 3 different strategies, this different time frame, that different time frame. But in the beginning, you ain't figured out how to be profitable yet. Why? Why do that to yourself? Why make it harder for yourself? Make it easy on yourself, right? Work on one thing, get it down. And then once you have it down consistently, where you know you can wake up and if I want to pull 20%, I could go pull it, right? I know I can do that. I know I can pull up, I can go get me 20%, 10%, whatever your percentage is. light. You know what I'm saying? So you have to get that thing, get your thing, and let your thing be your thing. Develop it. Block out what everybody else is doing. Block it out. All right. It's intriguing. And yes, we have a lot of different traders with different trading styles. All right. But figure out what your trading style is and make it yours. Kareem wasn't pulling up from half court. Steph do that. Shaq wasn't pulling up from half court. Steph do that. Steph wasn't trying to dunk. Giannis run down the court and just body whoever down there. That's Giannis. It works. Right? So find your thing. I keep repeating it because it's until you become consistently profitable, focus on one thing. 1 to 2 tickers, one strategy, maybe 2, one strategy, one time frame, and just get good at that. Just do it. NVIDIA it is. 15 minutes. What am I trading on it? Bull flags, bull flag, bear flag, bull pennant, bear pennant, right? Continuation patterns. Simple, right? All right. Think I pounded that in your head enough? Let me check the chat, see what y'all talking about. Supply demand is Raj is. Thank you, BW. Thank you, BW. I wanted to say what his edge was, but I'd be seeing y'all in the chat and I just be like, look at Raj and BW. All right. Failed trade management. No stop loss, no target. Arbitrary stop losses and targets, averaging down on hopes, going to trade and not letting it come to you, trading to get back at the market or get even. All right, cool. Let's break it down. We didn't got to the point where y'all know to have a stop loss, right? Why do you have a stop loss? Because it stops your loss, right? There needs to be something in place, not specifically mental, but as you're developing, right? Whether you put it on your chart, whether you set the order in the brokerage, there needs to be something that when you have a clear, level-headed mind, you say, hey, if it does this, this is your if then. You need to have an if then. If it does this, I'm out because of this. All right. If it breaks this level, I'm out because it's most likely going to continue going this direction. If it consolidates for 30 minutes, I'm out because my contract expires tomorrow and I'm not going to sit here in 2 hours of consolidation on my contract that expires tomorrow. I'm just going to wait for it to break out and then I'll get in. All right. Have your if then. And of course, if you're using a certain stop, put it in your brokerage, right? I'm not a fan of, I'm gonna just use a 10%, 5%, whatever type of stop loss. I'm not a fan of that. I think when you're scalping, that's like the only time that it really should come into play is if you're scalping, because other than that, the trades are going to be different, right? Depending on what your trade is. But the way you trade a bull flag, the way you trade a head and shoulders, is going to be different. The way you trade a breakout of a range versus a pullback that bounced, like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's different ways that the market is going to move, and applying a random 10% stop loss or a 20% stop loss, it's not a one size fits all thing, right? So what I always say is, you want to position your sizes on your trades so that you can trade based off of the actual price, right? Let the price show you when price is going the other way. Not because I got in calls, but we're bull flagging, but this bull flag that we have caused me to go down 10% and now I'm out when I'm in calls. But I'm clearly disregarding the bull flag, right? We don't want that, because then that's when you like, I got in, I knew it was going to go up, then I got out and it went up, right? And that happens. It happens to everybody, right? No targets. You need to have a target in mind as well. Where do I see this going? Why do I see this going there, right? I promise you, like a lot of this stuff sounds like extra work. But again, like I said in the beginning, if you want serious results, you have to take this stuff seriously. All right. You need to be able to say where I think it's going and why. Hey, I got in on this break right here. I think it's gonna go up to here. Why? Because this, and this. All right. That's how you know, like you know what you're doing at that point. You know, or at least you're getting there. Right. And that's again something that builds confidence. Averaging down on hope. Please don't average down just because you're down and you don't want to see a minus 60. So you double the position and now it's just down 30. All right. That's not what we want to do. All right. If something's going down, unless you're getting in at a technical level or because it's doing something that's showing you reversal back in your direction, we don't want to average down on something that's going against us. All right. Just like a basketball game. Swear, if y'all don't know basketball, y'all have to learn basketball. It's like basketball. If we betting on a game, Warriors versus the Nets, and the Warriors are up 50 at half, and I bet on the Nets, and you say, hey, bro, you want to, cut your bet or do you want to double up? I'm a double up, man. I mean, they down 50, but, they can come back. KD, that's dumb, right? But when you take it out of trading, and you think about it like that, you like, damn, okay, yeah, that don't make sense. If a team is down 50 points at the half, it don't make sense for me to add more to my bet that I'm already about to lose. All right. So look at your trade. When you down 50% on your trade, does it make sense for you to add more? Look at the chart. See what it's telling you. Probably not. Probably not. Right. It all depends on the trade itself, but probably not. Right? Good analogy. Appreciate you, Jasmine. So you have to make sure that you're taking these things. And again, right, one of the things that really makes stuff easier is just take it outside of trading. Whatever you do, cut hair. I almost said something that didn't make sense. All right, whatever you do, take it out of that and apply it to that and put it in a different perspective. Right? Go into the trade, not letting it come to you. Don't be thirsty for these trades. Don't be thirsty. Don't be thirsty. All right. You know what you're looking for. You know what you want to see. Don't be thirsty. You're going to push the market away. Let it come to you. Raj is out here supply and demand zone set. Raj, don't you take no trade while it's in the middle of that area. You see it's in the middle of 195 and you trying to get in at 97. Why? Right? Why, bro? Let it come to you. Hey, it come to 95, I'm in calls. It come to 100, I'm in puts. All right. Stop loss at 101. You know what I'm saying? Stop loss at 94, right? Let it come to you. Don't be thirsty for the market. It's going to give you tons of setups. There's tons of stocks, tons of setups, tons of strategies, tons of opportunities, right? Let them come to you so the ball can be in your court so that you can control what you're looking at and how you're going to manage your trade. Because when you start doing what the market is giving you and taking what the market want to give you, now you start acting a little off because you're like, oh, man, I don't know how to manage this because it's not even what I wanted. All right. And you start moving off emotion. You know what setups you like. You know what setups you're looking for. Let the market provide it to you. And then you act on it. Win, lose, or draw. Take it. Wait on the next one. All right. And then trading to get back or get even. That kind of tie into FOMO in a sense too, where you lose a trade. One's in the chat. How many of y'all done lost this week? Let's say this week. Y'all lost the trade and then revenge traded. You lost the trade and you was like, shit, I lost $100. I gotta get this back, man. Hold on, man. Let me see what Zay called. Let me see what Moody and put out. Let me see if Jordan ain't took no more trades this week. What he doing? Man, let me see, man. I gotta take another trade. I gotta go. Let me look at this setup. All right. Man, say I usually get it back though. Yeah. A lot of ones, right? A lot of ones. And I really hope I appreciate y'all interacting and engaging. I really hope if I run this same class in a month, y'all not putting ones in the chat again. I just got to break it to you like that, right? Because you see it. We addressing it. We putting it out there on the table. Hi, my name is Jordan and I'm a revenge trader. Hi, Jordan. Right? It's out there. So how do we fix that? Have your rules, stick to your rules, and protect yourself from yourself. Right? Protect yourself from yourself. I know that if Moody called me, we liable to talk for 4 hours. What I do? What I do when Moody called me? Hey, bro, look. When we hit 30 minutes, bro, I'm hanging up. Hey, bro, at 4 o'clock, I'm getting off the phone, bro. Because we'll go, not because it's bad conversation, but because we'll sit on the phone for 4 hours and we got stuff to do, right? So to protect myself from myself, because I know I will talk to him for 4 hours, he will talk to me for 4 hours. To protect ourselves from ourselves, we will set a time limit to where we're going to get off the phone, right? Take it to your trading. Hey, I know that I am liable to revenge trade. If I lose more than X amount of dollars, I close Discord, close my brokerage, I'm done. Right? That's my rule. Done. I text whoever, hey, bro, I'm done for the day. Right? Whatever the case is, boom, put in the Discord. I don't care. Whatever you do, I'm done. Boom. Right? Whether it's because you know that when you revenge trade, you risk too much money, whether you know when you revenge trade, you throw your rules out the window, when you revenge trade, you trade off of emotions, whatever it is, you have to protect yourself from yourself, right? Because you know most of the time, unless you money sniper, most of the time you don't make it back, right? So let's do that, right? Think about that. That's what you got to think about is how do I protect myself from myself, okay? Going to the trade, not letting it come to you. How do I protect myself from that? Set alerts. Set alerts on TradingView. When you sit there and look at the screen all day, you're going to force yourself to see stuff that ain't even really setting up for real, just because you like, damn, I want to take something. I want to take something. When you wake up in the morning or, the night before, you set your alerts. All right, cool. If Apple breaks this, I'm going to get calls. If this breaks that, I'm going to get this. If this breaks that, I'm going to get that. Cool. You just go away. You go about your day. TradingView will go, ding. Oh, there's my trigger. Simple. Let me go ahead and let me put my stop loss alert and my take profit alerts in there. Let it go. That way you're not trading profit and loss. That way you're not trading emotionally. Ding. Ah, take profits. Ding. Ah, stop loss hit. Well, let me exit that. On to the next one. All right. And that's going to protect you from forcing trades, from trading emotionally, right? From FOMO. Because it's hard to have FOMO if you ain't looking at nothing. What you going to FOMO over? Nothing. There ain't nothing there. Right? You get your alert, boom. Okay, cool. And that comes after you've developed a strategy. You have something that you know this works. Right? So protect yourself from yourself. Protect yourself from yourself. All right. All right. That's enough about people that lose or why people lose or why we lose. All right. I take losses. Those are reasons why we lose. Let's talk about why we win and what you want to do more of to win. All right. Obviously, you want to do some of these things. Okay. I guess this is like only this section is stuff that you shouldn't do. All right. So look, what do winners do? Practice patience, right? Whether that's waiting, it's really just it. It's waiting, right? Waiting on my setup, waiting till I know my best hour of trading is the second hour of the day. So I'm waiting, right? My favorite setup is a 2-1-2 reversal. So I'm waiting. There's a 2, there's a 1. Let me wait on this 2, right? And let it come to you. Patience is a virtue, right? When you get it, you're more likely to succeed because you waited on it. You didn't try to force it, right? We know a lot of different areas in our lives when we try to force stuff and it don't work out. whether it's business, relationships, whatever, right? You try to force stuff, it don't work a lot of times, right? Or it don't work how you want it to. When you're patient, you let it flow naturally, and then it goes a lot smoother, right? Adapt to what the market gives you, right? Let it be. If it's a downtrending market, buy puts. We all know that, right? If it's an uptrending market, buy calls, right? And that's something I was messing up with like in January. It was a bearish market, and I'm sitting here permabull. I'm like, no, I'm getting calls. I'm calls. Like, hey, bro, Jordan, the market going down, bro. What you doing? I don't know, bro. I'm so used to calling calls. I'm so used to trading calls. But then I changed over to puts and I started making more money. Right? Adapt to what the market gives you. We ranging, trade the range. We breaking out, trade the breakout. Right? Develop the skill set to do such a thing so you can take advantage of the opportunity. Right? But again, the market don't care about rise. The market ain't like, well, let me do something for rise. The market don't care about me. The market is not, well, yeah, Jordan. Yeah, let me give Jordan what he want. Nah, the market's like, hey, this is what I'm finna do. I'm finna do whatever. COVID, we going up anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, war, nah, we going up anyway, right? And so don't force yourself to be like, COVID, we got to go down. Let me buy puts. Trade what the market gives you. Are we going up? All right, cool. We going up. Let me do that. I'm going up. We going down? All right, cool. Roll with the flow. Be one with the tide. Don't swim against the current. You feel me? Like, roll with the market. Mentally tough, right? Winners are mentally tough. I take an L, I'm not beating myself up the rest of the day about one loss. It happens. Brush it off, right? The only thing that's ever been perfect that I've seen is Michael Jordan's record in the finals. Other than that, I ain't really seen much perfection, right? But he still lost. But you don't let the loss overrule and overpower you to where now you thrown off, right? You just stay locked in. Look to the future, same type of deal, right? I take an L, I'm not sitting here beating myself up. I'm not sitting here focusing on that loss I just took for the rest of the day. I'm on to the next trade. Where's my next setup? All right. I'm away from my next alert. I took that trade, it lost. Okay, cool. Good thing I didn't put my whole account on that one. Or good thing if I did put a bigger amount that I had a tighter stop loss on it. What's next? Let's keep rolling, right? You can't go forward if you sitting here with your neck turned this way. How you gonna go forward? How you gonna go forward looking behind you, right? Do a little quick peek. Okay, cool. What can I learn from this? Let's keep rolling. Independent thinker, right? Winners are going to think for themselves. That doesn't mean you can't talk to others. You don't avoid counsel, right? But at the end of the day, you develop yourself enough to know what you think is the right move to make for you, right? I can give out plenty of examples, and that's something for me. Like this year, I developed where what I feel like trading or what I see is what I'm trading, right? And when I say that, I mean, I think that it happened the other day. Me and Moody was texting, hey, what you think this finna do? Moody was like, calls. I was like, yeah, I think puts. He was like, hey, bro, I called, bro. So yeah, okay, I'm getting puts. It's going to 303, 302. He's like, bro, it's going to 315, bro, 310, right? Whatever it was, right? Cool, bro. Think that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Cool. I know Moody a fire trader, bro. I respect his trading, but okay, I think it's going here. So that's what I'm about to do, right? Not just because it's random, because based on what I'm seeing, how I'm playing it, that's what I think, right? Somebody else had a trade. They had a trade this week and they got in calls or whatever. I was like, I don't know why in the world they did that. You know, maybe they see something that I don't see. It didn't go up, but right, like being your own person, you can be like, oh, okay, cool. They called out calls. Yeah, they a dope trader, but this one, nah, right? And you can avoid that, right? With me and Moody, it ended up going up and down. We both was right. All right. Protect your capital. Last thing for what winners do. Yeah, bro. Okay, it went up higher than it went down. Okay, dang, bro. Dang, bro. Remember who won the first time we was on that Bitcoin chart though? All right. Oh, so protect your capital, right? At the end of the day, if you want to stay in the game long term, you got to make sure that you focus more on protecting your money than you focus on growing your money. Not to the point where you don't grow it, right? Not some crazy 95% protect, 5% grow. But keep in mind that the more you shift your focus towards being aggressive, the more likely you are to lose, right? So we want to make sure that there's some type of balance to I'm about to get this money, but I'm going to do it in a controlled way, right? Calculated risks, right? This is a lotto, but it also got these four things on its side for it to go this way. It's still high risk, but it's also stacking up, right? You know, fundamentally this, this, technically that, whatever, but it's still earnings. At the end of the day, earnings is earnings. But there's these four things in a row that are leaning towards this. So you want to make sure you're protecting your capital. Otherwise, you burn yourself out of your account. You don't have anything left to be able to provide you that income, right? If you got a rental property and you let people vandalize your rental property, you're not protecting the asset, soon enough, you ain't gonna have nothing. It's not gonna bring you no income. Ain't nobody gonna stay in there, right? You have to protect the thing that gives you the opportunity. Protect the Discord because we give you opportunity, right? So protect your capital. All right. Final rundown. Let me check the chat one time. Check chat one time. What y'all talking about up in here? Cutting, winning, short. Y'all can both be right. Yeah. Oh, Kim, I didn't see that. Yeah, we both was right. No, we both was right, Kim. Don't play with me. He was just more right than I was. But it did hit both. It did go up and down. It hit both of our levels. He was just more right about that one. But, right, make sure that y'all make sure. One, make sure that if you put a one in the chat today, because y'all made these mistakes, that next time we on this Zoom, and I say this stuff again, that if you do still make the mistake, it's not as frequent. If you chased 5 trades this week, next week, 3, 2, 0, really, right? But you have to look in the mirror, realize where you're weak at, and position yourself around that. Hey, my name is Jordan, and I look at these charts and I tell you these candlesticks look confusing. Okay, well, Jordan, this weekend, go learn about candlesticks. Then you will not be looking at candlesticks and be so confused. Hey, man, y'all keep saying supply and demand, but I don't know what y'all talking about. Okay, Jordan, this weekend, go look up supply and demand so you can understand what it is, right? Take away those weak points. Take away your weaknesses. Revenge trading, not executing, not having discipline, whatever it is, do some development with yourself and just figure out, hey, look, man, this is what I'm struggling with. How do I solve for this? Okay, cool, right? I keep making the same mistake. What can I do to fix it? If you take that approach, I hate saying the word guarantee, but if you take the approach of I made this mistake, what can I do to fix it? Oh, I can do this to fix it. Okay, let me do this to fix it. Let me track my progress on fixing it. You ain't got no choice but to fix it. And if you know that you lost all your profits this week because Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you was green, and then Friday you took one trade that made you lose all your profit, go figure out why you took that trade that made you lose all the profit, or why you allowed it to make you lose all that profit, right? Because you just didn't believe it was going to keep going against you. And next week, do different, right? Yeah. Stop cutting your winners short and letting your losers run. All right. That's it. What other questions y'all got? What questions do y'all have? Pop them in the chat. 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 Take one thing this weekend. It ain't Thanksgiving weekend or whatever weekend. It ain't Black Friday, go buy a bunch of stuff weekend. Take one thing. Like, first of all, Luther, did you send me your trade that you took today that was in the money, not zero DTE? Yeah, yeah. Nah, you can't unmute yourself right now. I just need you to put it in the chat. You ain't take it. Nope. How do you calculate expected move on SPY? Are you talking about just the total little move for the day? Is ATR? Are you talking about calculating moves off of patterns? You talking about ATR? It's just ATR, right? So boop, boop. You could pop on Finviz. Boop, boop, boop. You could pop on something like Finviz, you know what I'm saying? Pop on SPY, you feel me? Scroll down, let this thing load up. I'm not buying y'all premium. ATR right there, right? So its average true range the past 14 days is $7.86. So you can expect SPY to move about $7.86 per day in the range, right? Whether that's $7.86 straight up, whether that's $7.86 straight down, whether it's, $3.40, whatever, or however the math works, cents up and down, or yeah. All right. What would that be? 360? I don't know. Oh, so that's how you could look at that. Appreciate you, Ryan. Take care, bro. Yeah, no problem. Can you show me how to get to the library of previous Zoom meetings? Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Let's pop in here. Yep, pop in the Discord. Go to education. Recorded classes. Recorded classes. Here's the sheet with all the recorded classes right here. Crack that open. It takes you to a spreadsheet. I think I actually have that already pulled up too. Yep, here you go. Takes you to this spreadsheet that has the classes. All right. You're looking for something specific, Control F, Command F. I want to learn about the strat this weekend. All right. Boom. Double bottom, double tops strat. Ross Smith interview, creator of the strat. All right. Strat video breakdown, broad information. All right. That's what I was about to say. I got an assignment for y'all, man. This is what I need y'all to do. If y'all are seriously trying to make some headway, put in the general chat one thing you're gonna learn about this weekend. Just one. Candlesticks, supply, demand, using stop losses, having a better understanding of your brokerage. Put in the general chat, Melina. General chat. We have an accountability in here. I'm finna message every single one of y'all. But this, you gotta be serious, right? Put in the chat, in the general chat, HPAT, measure move. Raj, general chat. General chat, Discord, general chat. I appreciate you. General chat, general chat. That way everybody is seeing, hey, I'm Jordan, I'm gonna work on this. Ellis, the general chat in the Discord. In the Discord, right? What are you gonna get better at this weekend? What are you gonna get better at? Put it in the general chat. Zoom user in the general chat of the Discord. In the general chat. In the general chat. General chat. Oh, Marlon says there's a certain time of day you recommend no longer buying zero DTE. I would say, bro, once you get past a 10, I really wouldn't quote unquote recommend. I don't make recommendations really, but I don't give financial advice. I don't give recommendations. I don't tell nobody what to do. Based on personal experience, I prefer not to touch 0DTE SPX once it's after like 11 Eastern. I still do it sometimes, but I don't recommend it. It just don't make sense. Like at that point, it really, the risk to reward is not worth it. It's not worth it. The Quan, general chat, fundamentals and finding a plan in the general chat, right? Everybody needs to be getting better this weekend. You got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. General chat, I appreciate y'all. All right. We're going to have some accountability this weekend, and we're going to get better. We're not about to be having the same issues 3 months from now that we having right now. If you know you're struggling with risk management, hey, I'm about to figure out what it is with risk management I'm struggling with. I'm watching 3 YouTube videos on it, right? Candlesticks, I'm watching 3 YouTube videos. The strat, I'm watching 3 videos, right? Whatever it is, psychology, profit taking, using the RSI. I want to be cold with the RSI. I'm watching 3 videos on scalping SPX with the RSI. Get specific with yourself. What do you want to do? I want to trade SPX on the 1 minute, right? I showed y'all this before. I actually ain't even watched these yet. But we was on a Zoom. Here we go right here. We was on a Zoom. I was explaining how I learned a lot, right? I just Googled scalping SPX options, right? How I made 1,700, 8 minutes SPX. What's this one? How I made $1,000 day trading SPX, like the same dude, right? Scalping SPX on Reddit. I don't know what they're going to talk about, but we'll see. Scalping, Investopedia. What is SPX? 0DTE, right? Whatever it is you want to do, Google it, pull it up, go study it, right? 0DTE option strategy. We analyzed 25,000 0DTE options positions to assess what worked and how traders set up short-term trading strategy. That sounds helpful as hell, right? Look at this stuff, okay? I'm about to stop this recording. I'm about to let y'all unmute so y'all can leave. Yep. All right, let's go ahead and cut this class. Class over, good class, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 10.